look at that bouncy, crispy goodness. Crispy and juicy pork and prawn wontons without any deep frying. That's right, all that goodness without any mess. You guys are gonna love this one. Hey guys, so I'm really excited because Chinese New Year is just around the corner, and I'm not one to make any like traditional Chinese New Year dishes, but I do love to enjoy some homemade wontons during this festive season. And today we will be making crispy pork and prawn wontons. And before you click off this video thinking like, I don't want to be deep frying anything, well, in this video we will be using an air fryer, which means less mess. Okay, so let's just jump right into it. And we want to be starting with some prawns. Now we just want to mince these prawns up, and I would highly recommend getting fresh prawns and then peeling them rather than getting frozen prawns that are peeled, just because they have so much of a sweeter flavor. And we don't want to go too fine with this mince. We still want that lumpy prawn feeling, which I love in my wontons. So just a rough chop will do. Some big pieces are fine. Now I'm going to be adding my pork mince. Try to choose a fattier kind of pork mince if you can find it, and the ratio is basically about double the amount of prawns that we have in here. Okay, and now we want to season. We want to go in with about a teaspoon of soy sauce and about half a teaspoon of fish sauce. I like the fish sauce just because it adds a lot more like oomph to it. And then we're going in with a teaspoon of sesame oil as well as a teaspoon of corn flour. That's really gonna help everything bind together nicely and give it that really like bouncy texture. And then lastly, just a pinch of salt. Now we will be mixing this quite thoroughly. Because I am frying it and in an air fryer, the biggest challenge is to get it crispy. So we don't want to be adding too much liquid in here, whereas for a normal boiled wonton recipe, I tend to add stock or a bit of Shaoxing wine to make it nice and juicy and liquidy inside. But for this fried wonton recipe, I will be skipping that step because I want to keep it as dry as possible. You want to come to a stage where it comes together like a paste. So now it's still very loose. Can you see like everything is kind of still falling apart? Go for a couple more minutes. You're going to see that it's going to come together in a nice paste. You start to see it all kind of clumping together, cleaning the bowl. Done. Okay, and I've just got a regular like yellow square wonton skin here, and you want to take a knife and just scoop up about this much of filling. I try to stuff it as much as I can without it exploding. And then you want to just dab your finger in some water and just run it along the edges. This is gonna be like your glue to stick your wonton together. And so for this air fry wonton recipe, I'm not gonna be doing any like crazy folding techniques. First of all, I'm not great at that. Secondly, I have experimented with this, and to get it more crisp, I found that having a lesser number of folds helps with that. So you wanna just fold it in half into a little triangle. Use your fingers to squeeze that filling towards the center of the dumpling, like that, and get all that air out, and squeeze the edges for sure. You want to seal that nicely in, and we're gonna have something like that. And I chose this shape also because personally I love the crispy bits of the wonton, so I wanted to have more skin, and that's gonna give you a nice little crunch when you eat it later. Just gonna repeat that process and fold your wontons. These make really good wontons for steamboat as well. So you're gonna freeze it for Chinese New Year. Put it out on a flat tray and freeze it in a single layer first. Let it harden before then dumping it into Ziploc bags. Because if you just pile these into bags right now into the freezer, there's a high chance that they might stick, and then it's gonna be really hard to take them out to cook in the future. We've got all our wontons ready. Now we have to oil them before we air fry them. So I'm just gonna be squeezing a bit of oil. Now you can use a brush if you want, but I'm just gonna be using my fingers here and just spread some oil all around that dumpling. And that's what's gonna get it crispy even in the air fryer. Now if you just dump these into the air fryer straight, you're gonna notice that your wontons are like super pale and like not crispy. They're gonna be hot, but not crispy. So this step is crucial if you are gonna be using an air fryer. Giving it a good massage. Nice and glossy. We putting them in the air fryer. And you want to do it in a single layer so they get the maximum crisp. And do make sure that you've got your grill without any foil, because you need the air to be circulating on the top and the bottom to get it nice and crispy. Okay, and I'm just using my Ninja here, so I'm gonna be putting on air crisp mode at 190 degrees, and I want it for about 5 minutes, and then we're gonna do it on the other side for 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, look at those golden brown babies. So I am gonna be flipping them to the other side, and then we're gonna be letting them crisp for another 3 minutes. Just look at that, just look at that bouncy, bouncy, crispy goodness. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It really is the easiest wonton ever. Literally pork and prawns, and just season it, air fryer, no mess, and you're good to go. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. And lastly, don't forget to follow me on YouTube and Instagram, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!